everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have for you another Transformers Generations Select. As you can tell here from this kind of standard tan cardboard colored box. This is Deluxe Class Smokescreen, which I'm very excited for. I don't know why, but Smokescreen has always been one of my favorite, I don't want to say characters. Well, he was a fine character, but I mean, on the original show, I felt like he didn't have a ton of personality because he was just like a repaint of a repaint. But I really did enjoy his color scheme, and I like the car that he transforms into and everything. So he's kind of always been a favorite toy of mine. Whenever they make a smoke screen in a certain line, I usually try to pick it up. So if we go ahead and open this up, there he is inside. He's not quite properly transformed. You can see that his chest is supposed to come down a little bit farther, but we'll fix that out of the packaging. So this is how these Generation Selects come. I can go ahead and just lift this whole tray out, actually. And then underneath is the instructions, which should be pretty similar to Prowl. I think it's kind of funny. They're going to get 4 uses out of this mold because they have Prowl, Blue Streak, which I think is a Walmart exclusive, Smokescreen, and then Barricade as well. So they are definitely getting their use out of this mold. And the sad thing is, I'll probably buy all 4. The only one I think will be any difficult to find will be Blue Streak, being a Walmart exclusive. I'll have to try to track that down. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging, since it's pretty basic packaging. But I mean, it's neat inside. They have this kind of design pattern inside the box, and then it closes up pretty nicely. And there it says War for Cybertron Trilogy. I think they did that. They didn't put Siege on it specifically, so that they can just kind of keep using the same packaging for all 3. We now know the second one's called Earthrise. We don't know what the third one's going to be yet, but they can just keep using the same packaging as they make these online exclusives, Generation Selects, for the next couple years. So in any case, let's get this guy out of the box and we'll take a closer look. So here is Smokescreen out of the packaging. I think he looks fantastic. Like I said, I've always been a big fan of his color scheme. I think the red and the blue for the racing car just really works. Plus you have the white highlights. The 3 colors just go really well together. And he just looks phenomenal. Taking a close-up look at the head sculpt. It's pretty basic, but it works. I like the yellow crest, the silver face. The eyes are a little sunken in there. The crest kind of overshadows them, but got a nice blue color for the eyes as well. Autobot symbol on the chest looks great. Very nice and sharp. I love the shoulder guns. I think they work really well. If you want to take them out, you can peg them wherever. They do fit in the pegs. They can fit in the hands. They also have pegs on the side, so if you want to peg other things into them, technically you could peg one into the side of the other one. So you see the little connector right here on the shoulder that they peg into. But they look great. They look great. They work great. Like I said, they have so much connectability. He's got a ton of these ports. Side of the arm, side of the leg, top of the shoulder. And the way the shoulder works, I like them to look like that. But if you want to rotate the shoulder so that it looks more like that, and then you have the connection on the side, that's also possible. So whatever your preference is there, you can rotate the shoulder either way. The head can move side to side, shoulder swivel as well as in and out. You have a bicep swivel. You have 90 degrees in the elbow. The wrist does swivel. There you go. For a second I was like, no it doesn't, but yes it does. Waist we do have right here. Right above, like this is kind of the belt line, and then right below that. Then you have a pretty standard hinge, shouldery type joint there in the hip, as well as a thigh swivel. And then you have a little over 90 degrees in the knee, and then you have some ankle swivel, and you do have ankle tilt as well. So pretty much the same as Prowl did, since it is the same mold, but it's a really nice repaint. He looks great. I love the shoulder guns. The door paint, like instead of having a number, he's got something written in Cybertronian, I think is a really nice touch. Simple little things like that just really work. And speaking of Prowl, real quick, here he is with Prowl. I think they both look good, but like I said, I think I have to give it to Smokescreen a little bit just because, I don't know, I've always loved his design, his color scheme. But yeah, overall, They look pretty good together. As you can see, it is the same mold, so they're pretty much very similar, I should say. The transformation is going to be the same too. And Prowl even has, if you wanted to put those guns on Prowl's shoulders, you absolutely could. He just never had those guns, but if you wanted to take them off Smokescreen and put them on Prowl, you certainly could. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's go ahead and get into the vehicle mode. One thing I did forget to mention real quick before we get into the transformation, his primary gun, whereas Prowl's, you can see, is just completely molded in white plastic, no problem. His, they decided to mold in blue plastic, you can see there, and then paint the entire thing white. And it's really caked on, and I think it's because to get the blue to cover up with white, they had to put a lot on it, and it feels a little sticky, and I'm almost worried that over time that's going to wear off. It's just weird. I don't know why. I mean, I would have been fine if they just molded it in blue, or I would have been fine if they just molded it in white. But to mold it in blue and paint it white is a weird choice, in my opinion. But in either case, going to put that off to the side. Going to take off the shoulder guns and just put all that off to the side. First thing you can do is go ahead and fold up the feet. And when you do that, you'll see that there's actually a little tab right here, which is going to go into that tab slot right there. So it very easily does that. And then you can see I folded the heels down into the leg. And then you can go ahead and push them together. You're going to unhook the torso like that, and then this will lift up over the head. You'll see that part of the hood of the car was put into this empty cavity on the back, so it kind of goes in like that as you push it close to the body. So you just want to make sure that comes out, flip this up, and then sink that into the hood. Then you can fold the chest part down like that. You're going to lift this up, and you'll see that there's a little loop here and a loop here, and there's these two pegs right here and here. So you're going to push this in until it connects to those. You don't have to really force it down, just make sure it connects a little bit. Rotate this around at the waist, and then you're going to accordion this up like this, and this will slide underneath the windshield. And then you have to make sure that this piece gets past that so that it goes all the way in like that. Now you'll see that there's a tab here, and that's going to connect into here and up here. So you close this up, and it doesn't look like it wants to line up at all right away, but you just kind of have to make it work, and it will work. Just kind of line it up. Make sure that those peg into each other. There you go. At this point, you just have a car with some fighting arms. Just kind of hilarious. But in any case, you'll fold these straight out and turn them like this. And then you just pop them in. And then fold the arms down like so. So pretty easy little transformation there. But I absolutely love the look of this. I think this mold works even better for this race car motif. So I don't know. I just think this looks awesome. Now I will say that hood piece that was inside the torso is a shade of red lighter than the rest of the hood, which is kind of a shame. And also this little bit of red on the door is just a shade of red lighter. It's not terrible. It's most noticeable on this piece, but it still looks great. I mean, from the side, I really like the look of that. The blue with the thick white stripe there for detailing, and then you have the white stripe there on the bottom as well. Autobot symbol again, I think looks really good. Just for comparison, here is Prowl in vehicle mode, which again looks good, but I think this mode looks so much cooler as a race car than a cop car. I'll be interested to see how Blue Streak works out when I eventually track him down, because he's not really either. He's just kind of like a gray car. But I mean, I really like the police car, but I think it works even better for Smokescreen. That just looks so sharp. That color scheme, the white detailing, all of it. And if you want to put the guns back on in this mode, you absolutely can. You can pop them on here. If you want to put the other gun up here, you can certainly do that. So this guy can definitely be armed with quite a bit of firepower. But yeah, I absolutely love the look of that. That is really sleek, really detailed, nicely color scheme painted. I know that's not really a word what I just said, but in any case, it's a great color scheme, nicely painted. That's what I was trying to get across. Yeah, that looks really sharp. I think Smokescreen's fantastic. I mean, like I said, I might be a little biased because he's always kind of been a favorite of mine. I just love the color scheme. The paint applications look great, very sharp. All the accessories are great. I will say the decision to mold the gun in blue and then paint it white was weird instead of just mold. Like, you already molded these out of white, so why not just also mold that out of white? I don't know. It's weird. Um, but it's not a problem, at least not yet. We'll see if the paint chips off over time. But and I will say the legs are a little weird. It was a similar problem with Prowl, and since it's the same mold, it's carried over to Smokescreen. It's just like the proportions. Like, this is the bottom of the foot, so like to get that to stand right, like you don't want to go all the way because then he's bent kind of strangely. So you kind of want to get like a happy medium. I don't know. It's not terrible, but it is a little wonky. But I think once you find a good pose, it'll be fine. But still a very cool robot, fantastic looking vehicle mode. If you can pick this guy up, I definitely recommend it. I believe he's still in stock on Hasbro Pulse. That's where I got mine. So go ahead, check it out. And if you can get one, I definitely recommend it because he looks fantastic. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.